Hello, I just competed in my first Ironman 70.3 World Championships, so I thought I'd do a little recap of how it went. This journey starts in June when I did my first Ironman 70.3 in Rockford. This was also the first time Rockford ever had a 70.3, so it was kind of the perfect race to make my first. The race in Rockford, I think the weather was about 100 degrees, it was hot, it was humid. I thought the course was hilly at the time, it was about 1,700 feet of elevation. Turns out that's not really a hilly course. I thought it was at the time, but I ended up getting 7 hours and 1 minute for that course and then placed myself 14th in my age group, which you wouldn't think would qualify you for a world championships, but because of the slot allocation roll down, I ended up getting the last spot in my age group, which was pretty cool. Rockford 70.3 was truly so special. There was so many people that came to watch me. I still can't believe that many people wanted to watch me do a race, especially with how long these things take. I felt so special that I had so many people come and watch it. So thank you guys for coming to watch my race. But immediately after I qualified, there was 11 people that wanted to go to Spain to watch me race. That's also crazy. So I'm feeling very lucky that so many people wanted to come watch my journey, especially because this race ended up taking 45 minutes longer than the last one. So feeling very grateful for everybody that came to watch. After I qualified for the race, I started doing research on the course and found out that the elevation gain for the bike was going to be 5,800 feet of elevation. So that's when I realized that Rockford really wasn't that hilly. I was just being very dramatic about it. But that's when the training started because the bike is not my strong suit. But going to race weekend, this was truly the most perfect week. I had the best time at World Championships. Everything about it ran smoothly. It was so fun. There was so much to do. I had so much fun. I wish every weekend could be like this. The first part of the trip is obviously packing. And there's a lot of stuff that you have to bring for these races because you have to bring your bike, all your gear. It was kind of stressful to pack all of it, but I also kind of had the mindset of if I forgot something, I'll just buy something at the expo. That's okay. I don't want to stress about stuff that I don't know what I'm forgetting about, I guess. But the hardest thing was traveling with my bike. But looking back after everybody else's experience of traveling with their bike, mine really wasn't that hard. We just called a few times ahead of time to make sure that my bike could fit in the plane. When we got to the airport, it took a while to get my bike registered and all that stuff. They were almost saying that we were going to have to go on a later flight so my bike could fit on the plane. But this happened the way there and the way back. But luckily, my bike ended up being fine and I didn't lose it. I was able to compete with it. A lot of people I know had issues with flying with their bikes. And some people's bikes are still in Spain right now. And it's been almost 2 weeks later. So I'm very lucky with how it went getting my bike to Spain. After we got to Spain, we head over to the Parade of Nations. This was really fun. I wish we got there early enough where I could have walked in it. I think it was even more fun getting to watch all the different countries walk by. There were so many people, so many matching outfits. It was really special. It was such a great way to start the weekend. After the Parade of Nations, we went over to the expo and we checked out the Ironman store. I spent a lot of money at this store, but it was so worth it. I got so many souvenirs. I'm not going to be negative, but this is possibly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So I figured I can buy whatever I want without feeling bad about myself, but I'll do a little haul of what I bought. Evan's family bought me this tank top that says anything is possible on it. This is probably my favorite shirt that I got. It's got Spain, and then on the back it has the logo. This is the cutest logo that I have ever seen. We were looking at all the different logos from the past World Championships, and I got really lucky because this is probably the best one out of all of them, but I'm biased. This was a shirt that I bought in preparation for the race. Most of the people in the parade were wearing this one. I thought it was cute. I got this sweatshirt. All the names are on the back of it, but because of how small it is, I don't think it's really legible, but finisher jacket. It says finisher on the back. I didn't buy this one, but my fans all had one, so my mom made me a shirt to match with everybody. And they had the distance on the sleeve. These shirts are amazing. And then my friend bought me these 2 water bottles. I bought this visor. I got this magnet and keychain. This is a towel, I think, but I'm going to be using it as a flag. It has everybody's names on it, which is really cool. Stickers. So after I spent all my money at the gift store, we walked around the expo and we found out that Precision Fuel and Hydration was doing a 70.3 meter dash for anybody that was there watching. So of course we signed up for that. Every participant for the dash got a Precision Fuel and Hydration hat, and then we got a bib. And the dash was so fun. It was very competitive, but for the dash, I did it. My mom did it. Evan's mom, Katie, Evan, Victor, Tyler. Everybody did the dash, and it was so fun. The only bad thing about the dash was I haven't sprinted in a long time, so my legs were so sore. I think even on race day, my legs were sore until race day. So next time I probably would train my sprints a little bit better so I'm not sore right before the race, but that was really cool. They also did a lot of sampling for precision fuel and hydration, and I'm a new fan. I never tried their products before the race, and I was very impressed with them. We walked around the expo, and they were handing out free posters. I do think the Team Zoot one is even better, though. Now, going into the actual race, the course cutoff for the race is 8.5 hours, and you had to finish the swim, the transition one, and the bike within 5.5 hours. So the whole time leading up to this race, I really didn't think I was going to be able to make this time cutoff. For the actual race, I expected my swim and transition one to take about an hour because this was an ocean swim, so I didn't really know how much slower I'd be for the swim because the waves kind of pushed you back out. Sometimes you go faster, sometimes you go slower. I didn't know if I'd panic a little bit, so I kind of expected my transition one and swim to take about an hour. And if I did my swim and transition one in 1 hour, that would give me about 4.5 hours to do the bike ride. And I did not think I was going to be able to do the bike in 4.5 hours because my last bike took me 3.5, and this one has about 4,000 more feet of elevation gain. So leading up to the race, I didn't think I'd be able to make the time cutoff for it. But then part of me also felt a little bit delusional, thinking I'd be totally fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna work out because race day adrenaline and everything. So leading up to the race, I didn't think I was gonna make it to the run, but also I was gonna do everything I could to get to that point because all I cared about was completion. That's all that mattered. I did not care about my time. I told myself that I was not going to be embarrassed if I was the last one. I just wanted to complete this race, and that is all that mattered. So, leading up to the race on race morning, I felt really calm. Last year when I did my first triathlon, the thought of open water swimming was really scary, and that was the thing I was worried most about for my first triathlon. But on race morning, it was an ocean. There was a little bit of waves, but I really wasn't worried about it at all. So it's kind of nice to see my growth with the swim because I no longer fear the water. It was really nice not worrying about the swim because if you were worried about the swim and you start to panic in the water, that could be the end of the race for you. So I'm glad that my mind kind of turned off with the swim. I just know I need to complete it. There was no time pressure besides get done with that and transition one in 1 hour. But I felt really calm about the swim. I think another thing that helps me with not being too nervous about the swim is keeping my eyes closed in the water because I don't like to see anything that's in the water. That'll make me freak out. I don't want to see a fish. I don't want to see a shark. I'm not afraid of any of those things, but I just don't. It's none of my business. I don't need to see it when I'm swimming. So I pretty much kept my eyes closed the whole time I was in the water. The swim felt like it was going by really quick. I thought I was going a lot faster than I really was because I thought my form was good. I thought I was going so fast. But my time was pretty much what I expected. I think I did the swim in 48 minutes or so. So that wasn't too bad. I'm just really happy with the swim because I survived the swim and that's all that matters. There's no pressure when it comes to swimming. You just want to survive it. So when I got out of the water, I saw my people. I was so excited. They were all standing there in the water watching me. I went to transition. After I grabbed my bag in transition, I felt like I was moving in slow motion because I had to put my shoes on. And I don't know why that felt like it was taking a really long time to do. But transition one was great. I felt great. Sometimes when you get out of the water after a swim, you feel a little lightheaded because you were just, swimming or horizontal for a while. But I felt really good getting out of the swim. I didn't drink any water. That was something that I was really surprised about. I did not drink any water. I'm usually pretty good at not drinking a lot of water on the swims, but I thought I was going to drink some and then feel super dehydrated. But luckily, I did not drink any ocean water, so that was really good. So that's probably why I felt really good going into the bike. Once I started the bike, I felt confident. Like I wasn't afraid of the bike anymore after I started because I know I just need to get it over with. But I started biking. The first few miles weren't too bad. It was a very minor incline, so it was a great warm up. But then I got up to the first hill. There's only one hill, but I got up to the mountain and it was slow. It was so slow. I think I was maybe going 5 miles an hour up this hill, but I was really happy because when I did the indoor trainer and I did the course on Ruby, I think I was going maybe 3 miles per hour up these inclines. So it's nice to know that the online trainer thing is it's harder than in real life, because I was happy with my pace. I should not have been happy about it being 5 miles an hour, but I was pretty happy that I wasn't going as slow as I thought I was going to go on the bike, but it was still pretty slow. All that matters, I made that time cutoff. But at one point, my chain did fall off and it got kind of stuck in my bike. So I went to fix it. It probably took me maybe a minute or so. I just gave myself the break because it was kind of nice getting to stop, even though I lost all momentum going up the bike. But there was a lady behind me. She was walking. So me and her kind of walked for a few minutes. But then we saw a course marshal, and the course marshal went up to me and she said, "Are you done?" I said, "No, I'm not done." She's like, "Are you done? If you're walking, you're going to be done with this course." And I started to panic. I'm like, I thought you could walk. I thought as long as you had your bike with you, you could, run, walk, crawl with your bike as long as you have it. And the lady behind me was like, "Yeah, you're fine. You can walk with your bike." But it really stressed me out that the course marshal said, I kept asking if I was done because I was afraid that she was going to make me DNF without me knowing. And then that'd be a terrible surprise to find out after the race. But I went up the first hill because it was an out and back. So once you go, you're going to have to go back up that same hill. But after I made it up the hill for the first time, I was so happy that I did it, because the way there was going to be harder than the way back because it was more steep. It was more elevation per mile on the way there, and the way back was going to be less elevation per mile. I do think I kind of forgot how hard it was, because I think my mind might be protecting me a little bit from how hard it was, because I don't remember the pain as much as I did in the moment, but it was very hard. And for most of the course, I was just going very slow, trying to keep it steady. I think I did a good job of keeping my heart rate down the whole time because I never felt super out of breath. I just felt it in my legs a little bit. But after I made it past the peak of the second hill, it was just all downhill. I think it was probably anywhere from 5 to 10 miles of going downhill. And you're on this very tall mountain on windy roads. The views are amazing. You're not pedaling at all, and you're going super fast. It felt like I was on a roller coaster. It was so much fun. The wind was kind of hitting you a little bit, so you'd get a little shaky on the bike, but that was kind of thrilling. I like that. But there was somebody in front of me, probably, I don't know, maybe 50 to 60 feet, maybe more in front of me. So it was kind of nice because she helped me speed control a little bit, because you can't pass somebody when you're on a mountain like that, or else you might risk falling over. But it was stunning. The city, I'll have to insert some pictures of what the course looked like from Ironman's point of view, but it was just stunning. I probably was going, it felt like I was going 100 miles per hour down this hill. It definitely wasn't. But for the last 5 to 10 miles, I did not have to pedal. I just got to enjoy the view, and it was so rewarding. After 4.5 hours of hard work, I finally got to enjoy the last 5 to 10 miles, and I was smiling the whole time. I was so happy that I got past the hardest point. And now I had to start thinking about the run, because I did not think about the run at all, because I didn't think I would make it to that point. But I was so happy. So after I finished the bike, I head over to Transition 2 to grab my run stuff. I was so happy that I made it to this point. I started going. There was no pressure because, like I said, I didn't really think much about the run because I didn't think I was going to make it to that point. Once I started running, I decided that I'm just going to have fun and party pace it. So my run pace wasn't the fastest, but I enjoyed it. The first lap I felt great. The second lap I slowed down a lot, but I wanted to feel good and enjoy the course as much as I could. During the bike, I wasn't really able to eat many gels, so I probably, if I would have pushed myself harder, the underfueling probably would have kicked in a lot more. So during the run, every aid station I either ate a piece of a banana or took some hydration, and that was it. I was really happy with that. I was really enjoying the moment and not trying to put too much stress or pressure on myself. I just really wanted to enjoy the rest of this course and savor in every moment of the run. The way the course was, it was 2 laps with a few mini out and backs, and it was very spectator friendly. Because I had 10 people watching, I think I probably saw somebody, it felt like every mile, but there were some points where it'd be a few mile stretch without seeing anybody. But I was so lucky. I saw people so often. It made me so happy. It made me keep running. It felt really good. I was going slow, but I felt really good throughout the run course. And I'm just really happy with how it went overall. During my training, I remember Evan telling me, just enjoy the finish line. Don't go too fast through it because you want to enjoy everything you just worked for. So I tried my best to go slow through the finish line and really enjoy it, but I probably still went a little too fast, even though I was going slow the whole running. But I got to the finish line, And I was so happy. I could not believe that I got to this point because I did not think I was going to make it through the bike. So I was just so happy. This is the medal that I got when I crossed the finish line. This is the prettiest medal I've ever seen. It's super heavy, beautiful. It has a stained glass. I got my nails to match the medal. That gave me motivation to know that I could do it because I had to do it. And then I got a finisher hat and also got a finisher shirt. And we got a finisher towel. So I also got this shirt from my parents. It also has everybody's names on the back. So thank you guys. Overall, I'm just feeling very grateful that I got the opportunity to do this. The imposter syndrome definitely hit a lot, thinking that I shouldn't be here, but I had such a great experience. It was so much fun. Marbella was beautiful. I want to go back and explore more because we were pretty much just doing all Ironman stuff. I didn't really get a chance to explore around the city too much, but beautiful city, perfect weather. I don't know. I could not have asked for a better race day. All the volunteers were super nice, but it was a very cool once in a lifetime experience, and I'm so grateful that I got to do that.